Hello and welcome to Life with Jane. I've just got back from my supermarket shop, so I thought I would show you. I've gone to Lidl, which is the nearest for me. I do use Aldi, I do use Sainsbury's, but I tend to use Lidl because it's literally just 5 minutes down the road, so it's the nearest one for me. So let's have a look and see what we've got. Quite a reasonable amount this week actually. So you can see all of the things, and we'll go through each item and check the prices, so you can see exactly how things are going at the moment and what prices they are. So let me just bring you down in on here, bring you in just a little bit so you can get a little bit nearer and you can see. So let's start with vegetables. Carrots. Carrots were, and I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this so I can see it. Carrots were 69p. So 69p for a kilogram of carrots, which is 2.2 pounds. British carrots. I use them a lot, so they will last me at least 2 weeks. Then I got some red onions. The red onions were 95p, again British red onions. I like red onions. I sometimes buy brown onions, but I do quite like red onions. Then I bought some parsnips. Now I had a 15% off of my parsnips. So they were 75p and I got 11p off of those. So again, British ones. I like to buy seasonal veg. So you won't find me buying veg that's not in season. I tend to buy everything that's in season. White cabbage. Again, this one was, it was 75p a kilogram, so this one was 87p, but again it will last me a good couple of weeks. I like to shred it finely and put it in a stir fry. Sprouts, I absolutely love sprouts, and we've still got lovely British sprouts going, and these sprouts are only 85p each. So I bought myself 2 bags of sprouts for 85p, and they will last me they'll last me a good week because I eat quite a lot of sprouts. So that's the veg. Now, bit of a bargain this week. They had the nice short crust pastry. Now, I don't buy a lot of pastry, but I tend to keep it in the freezer, and it was 69p. Now, you could make it for that, but it's so much easier. So I will put that straight in the freezer, but it's a nice good roll, and short crust is great for all sorts of things. So that's my short crust pastry. I got some cheese. I always buy the mature or the extra mature. The mature is nice. It's £2.79, and again it's one of the cheaper ones around, but it's still got a great flavour. I don't worry about it at all. I got some of my favourite butter, which, as you know, I get it whenever they have an offer on, and again I got a 15% off on my app, which meant that I saved 33p, because this has gone up to £2.19. So it's quite an expensive one, but it's West Country butter. It's a blend, but it's rather nice, so I do like that. In the summer, I tend to buy real butter, but in the winter it gets too hard. I bought some baking margarine, for want of a better word. What do they? Don't even call it margarine anymore, do they? They just call it perfect for cakes. Yeah, it's a margarine. And that was, let me find it. Oh, I can't find that one. Oh, it's right at, oh, is it at the top? No. I can't find that one. It's not very expensive. It's under £1, I think, so it's pretty good, or it might be just over £1. I bought some sultanas. Now, sultanas in a lot of shops are very expensive. However, the sultanas here were £1.09, and that's for 500 grams. So what's that? Oh, I don't do conversions. I have to check it out to see what the conversions are. But I thought that would be quite good. Now, I've had quite a few people who've asked me about the doing some more suet recipes, and I said I would do a spotted dick at some time. So spotted dick has sultanas in, so I've got that to do a couple of recipes over the next month. I'm always a couple of weeks ahead, so it's not going to be immediately, but that's what the sultanas are for. And then to go with that, I managed to get some proper atora. Again, I've had a lot of people who've turned around and said, why are you buying vegetable atora when you're not a vegetarian? I don't eat a lot of meat. However, if I'm doing a bacon and onion roly-poly, I will eat the bacon. So I thought I would get some beef suet. I can't always get it. I went into Sainsbury's. They didn't have any at all. So I ended up just buying the vegetable one. But I went into Lidl today and they had it. And it is cheaper by 10p than Sainsbury's. So proper beef suet is £1.69. And in Lidl it is £1.79. So you save 10p, which again I think is pretty good. So that's that one. Then I bought some stuffing mix. Again, I've got a recipe in mind using some of this, and we'll have to see how it goes. It was 45p. Well, you can't go far wrong with that. So sage and onion, ordinary stuffing mix. You can make, how many balls does it say? 12 balls. I'm not making balls out of it, but I'm going to make a recipe with it, I think. Again, it's an old one, so we'll have to see how it goes across from one to the other. But that's something I'm going to do on there. I bought a tin of baked beans, and the baked beans were, how much were the baked beans? 41p, I think. 41p. Yes, the baked beans were 41p. So I think that was good. Oh, I've just found the baking. It's called baking fat. And I lied, it was £1.19, so just over £1. But again, reasonably 500 grams, so, you know, a reasonable amount of that. Then I bought some now. You know, I said how much I love my cranberry ketchup. They have run out of cranberry ketchup. It's on a special offer at 99p, and so they haven't had any. And I am now buying the mulled wine ketchup. Now, I don't believe it actually has any real wine in it. It has, let me see what it says. It has water, sugar, red wine vinegar, tomato paste, tomatoes, lemon juice. No, it doesn't have any actual wine in it, but it's called mulled wine, so it has a nice flavour. And I'm not that keen on tomato ketchup, but I do like these ones. So don't know whether you'd be able to get it in your shop or the cranberry one, because they've run out. I think because I told everybody about the cranberry one, they've run out in my local store. So maybe you can get the mulled wine one, but there's not that much of it left. I got two of my sauces, a sweet and sour and a Chinese style curry. They're both on the Chinese Taste of Asia section, and they're 99p each. So they're a real good bargain as far as I'm concerned. I think they're very good. Then I had, and I'm going to have to pick this up because I can't do it with one hand, wholemeal bread flour, £1.09. Now this is for 1.5 kilograms. So a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. half a kilogram would be a pound. So that's 3 pounds of flour, which would make 3 1-pound loaves. If you're making 3 1-pound loaves, I make smaller ones, so it actually works out cheaper than buying wholemeal bread. I find it's very, and you can buy a packet of, which I got from Lidl, which was I think just over £1 for a dried yeast, and that's what I use, and I make myself loaves all the time. I'll probably do a video at some time, but that's what I've got on there to replace that. I got some, let me look at the price for the self-raising, 79p for £3, 1.5 kilograms, so over 3 pounds of flour for 79p. It's self-raising. Yes, it's white, but I tend to mix it, or if I'm doing a cake, you need white rather than wholemeal. I try and buy wholemeal because it gives you the fibre. And then I got another bag of the Scottish porridge oats because they've got these on offer at 99p. So it's a great one to get at the moment. A kilogram, so 2.2 pounds. And as I said, what I've been doing with this is there's quite a few people that I know who can't use or can't have gluten. And so porridge oats are naturally gluten-free. Now, you have to be very careful because if you are, if you're somebody who is very receptive or whatever, do check the packaging because some of them do say contain some gluten. So oats naturally are gluten-free, but do be careful because I believe that these ones, it does say also can contain other cereals which contain gluten. So if it's been in a processing plant that has gluten, that has other flours in there, you just have to be careful. So I'm not gluten intolerant, but I was showing you how to make a recipe which will be coming up in a couple of weeks' time of how to use this oats and grind it to make a flour. So that's something that I will show you later on. And then just a couple of washing up liquid, just lemon. I don't buy any fancy washing up liquid. I don't see there's any point. It's 69p, so you can't go far on that. I think I got pomegranate last time, and this one's a lemon, so that's quite good. And then I get this for my shower. So after I've had my shower, I just spray it and it stops it from getting all those watermarks and things on. And this was, how much was that? Shower Shine, 89p. So again, you know, Lidl is very, very good for buying your products and things from, because, you know, that will last me a month, 6 weeks at least. And all I do is every time I get out of the shower, I just spray it while it's wet, and it stops it streaking too much in between cleans. So all of that cost me, let's come up and show you me. There we go. All of that cost me, do I have to put the glasses on again? £23.44p. So more than I would normally spend in one shop, but £23.44p. Most of the things are store cupboard things, and I won't need to shop now for a couple of weeks because, as you know, on a Sunday I will go and get the or some of the yellow sticker things. I've got quite a lot in my freezer. So I've got, you know, I've got chicken, I've got fish, I've got all sorts of things that are divided into portions. And so I can take any meat out I want and add it. I've got lentils and things in the cupboard that I can do if I want to do a lentil dish. And I've got all the veg as well. So I've got food and flour, and I've got eggs already. So I'm fine for all of my baking, and I probably won't need to shop for another couple of weeks. Now, I know that's unusual. If you're somebody who is a family, then you will be shopping a couple of times a week, if not more, and you will be spending probably hundreds of pounds. I know my both my son and daughter-in-laws, when they go out food shopping, it's astronomical because their families of 5 each. So, you know, each family has 5 in them, and they're getting to an age where they all eat like adults. So it does cost a lot. Me, there's only me. So, you know, I can cook and portion things up. I tend to batch cook, do a large cook of one thing, and then divide it into quarters and put it into dishes, put it in the freezer, and then I've always got something. But I tend to cook fresh as well. So my freezer is full of all sorts of bits and pieces, but I do tend to go through them quite quickly. So that's my shopping probably for 2 weeks. So hope you enjoyed that. Let's just go down so you can see it all again. And as always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.